XRP holders are going to become insanely rich in 2024. And this isn't anything new. We've been talking about XRP on the channel for a very long time at this point. We've been there, well, we were there when 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 dropped that lawsuit on Ripple, tanking the market, losing $13 billion in value in a very short period of time. And even back in 2020, during that flare snapshot, we were buying. We said, you know, this is a huge opportunity, the lawsuit won't stick. And essentially, in our opinion, it was only ever going to end in settlement between the two parties. The SEC simply cannot lose. It's just not really something that they could justify, in my opinion. And if they are to lose this case, it is going to set precedent in many of the other lawsuits the SEC have in the crypto space. So I think a loss on the SEC side is something that we just can't see. And we've been telling you this, or kind of sharing our thoughts and opinions on this subject matter since the lawsuit was dropped in 2020. Now, we have seen a lot of developments. We've seen a lot of changes over the last few years when it comes to XRP, Ripple, and the SEC lawsuit. And well, things have moved along very nicely, and 2024 is going to be a fantastic year for XRP holders, in my humble opinion. Now, we do know that, you know, XRP can be a volatile asset. We've seen some great opportunities to dollar cost average, and I don't think we're necessarily done with the dollar cost averaging elements of XRP yet. But if you've been able to, and you've been taking advantage of the price action of XRP over the last couple of years or so, then you should have a pretty decent position already stacked in XRP. Now, with the lawsuit being the way that it has been, it has presented us with some interesting opportunities. We've seen a lot of pumps and we've seen a lot of dumps. And it's been a huge opportunity to build out those positions, as I say, through a dollar cost averaging strategy. Now in 2024, it's my opinion and the opinion of many others, probably a lot more I guess, legal savvy than me, that we are likely to see a settlement between Ripple and the SEC. Now, don't get me wrong, this whole lawsuit that the SEC dropped on Ripple does seem to be, or was timed in such a way that it was to hinder the price action of XRP. Now, you can kind of believe or not believe, it doesn't really matter, in the kind of the theories that are out there. You can call them conspiracies if you want, it doesn't really bother me either way. But what we have seen is that the last bullish market was a stunted growth potential on XRP. The lawsuit really did hinder its ability to really rally on up into those fantastic highs that we believe that XRP can achieve in the longer term. And I know there are individuals out there that will call it the banker's coin, or will call it a scam coin, pump and dump scams, and so much more, right? In terms of negativity, FUD, the fear, the uncertainty, the doubt that kind of gets spread with many of these projects. XRP is no exception to this FUD. You see it with many other fantastic projects in the space as well, right? Ultimately, there are some true maxis out there that Bitcoin is the only way, or Ethereum and Bitcoin, they're the only two. Everything else is a scam. You see it all the time, and XRP gets its fair share of the FUD as well. And of course, when it comes to these theories, we can kind of speculate that maybe the lawsuit that 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 dropped on Ripple was only really designed to prevent the growth of XRP in that last bullish market. And well, the data and the facts are, it was very much stunted growth. Very much XRP not doing the same kind of percentage gains that you would expect a coin of its kind of potential to do in that bullish market. So now we can kind of fast forward into 2024, right, where we can see that a bullish market is coming. It is going to be one of the biggest bullish markets in, well, cryptocurrency history, in my opinion. And well, if we take a look at the use case of XRP, you know, and what Ripple offers, then we have to kind of articulate or kind of look at the market with a slightly different lens. We can't just be looking at it from a speculative price action point of view, but we have to start thinking about where is the world going and what use cases are required in a decentralized world. Obviously, we can see that there's a whole heated discussion around CBDCs and whether we want them or don't want them. I think for the most part, it's like any technology. If it's in the wrong hands, or that technology is in the wrong hands, then that technology can be used negatively for the people. Ultimately though, a digital currency in the right hands and the right kind of technology and the right kind of people behind it isn't actually a bad thing. If we think about the progression of the world, generally speaking, a CBDC in an idealistic world would be an ideal position. So why do I talk about CBDCs? Well, CBDCs, banks and centralized banks and kind of the banking financial sector, the traditional banking financial sector, is exactly what Ripple is targeting. It is exactly what, the world actually needs, right? It doesn't need more meme coins in the world. What it needs is a way for international business to be conducted without significant barriers, without significant costs, and really that's where Ripple kind of comes in. And specifically as the future, the world that we think that is coming, not only is it going to be an AI-driven one, but it is going to be a world of decentralization. It's going to be a world of tokenization. And we've been talking about tokenization since 2020, where some fantastic projects where, ultimately everything will eventually be tokenized. And, your gold, your silver, you name it, it will be tokenized, right? And so being able to move tokenized assets is critically important, along with CBDCs, whether you like them or not. I guess it's not going to be great for some countries where there's dictatorships and things like that. We can take a look at what's going on with the digital euro, the digital pound. You can definitely see that it's in the wrong hands, that technology in the wrong hands, right? But the world itself is a decentralized one, and it is one with tokenization, and really that's where the XRPL comes into play, right? And why XRP can be the coin of the future in terms of being able to move value from one place to another. And I've been through this number of different times on the channel where we actually dive into the on-chain analytics for XRP, which is on our membership website. If you haven't already done so, you want to check out some on-chain analytics for XRP. The link for our memberships are down below. And when you take a look at the on-chain metrics for XRP, you can see that you can move hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars of value for just a couple of $100. It is dirt cheap to transact on the XRPL. It is significantly cheaper than most other blockchains out there. So when it comes to use case, we know that XRP is designed to do exactly what everyone kind of talks about, right? Which is move money across borders in the most efficient way possible. Okay, at cost efficient and energy efficient way. And so when I think about the lawsuit with the SEC coming to a close, and I think about how well positioned Ripple is with all of its partnerships around the world, yeah, it's hard to think that XRP isn't going to explode and be one of the most profitable projects in 2024. Now, of course, timelines can come and change a little bit. That's not to say that it's going to happen exactly in 2024. We can see potential for this to kind of drag out a little bit, and we might see things be a little bit more of a slow release. We might find that XRP is one of those projects that takes a little bit longer, all the way up to maybe 2030. But one of the things I'm pretty confident on is that XRP, RippleNet, is going to be around for the long term. So why don't you check out this video here where I'm discussing what is going on with Bitcoin, and that might give you a heads up as to where I think XRP is heading to.